Welcome, everybody, back to the Nuggets of Gold podcast and YouTube channel. I'm going to be doing a quick video about Trey Lance. Now, we just saw the 49ers lose to the Seahawks. However, that's not really the most important part of this game, which is kind of crazy to say. But the big deal is that Jimmy Garoppolo gets, they said he got injured, but he got benched. It sounds like you would never come out of a division rival game 7-7 at half with a calf strain after performing really bad and performing bad over the course of a season. Like, that's not what happened. I'm very confident that he was benched in this game. Trey Lance is going to be the guy moving forward. I think that we're absolutely going to see that. Now, in Trey Lance's game, he starts out, I think it was 1 for 7, looks super not like rusty, but just the motions all over the place. The big thing that you notice is like he has it way elongated when he's sitting in the pocket. His feet get really wide, right? Mechanics are all over the place. And you see him make a couple big throws. You have him have the big play to Debo, and after that, he settles down and he starts looking a little bit better. And he has a great drive at the end of the game to keep them in it with, an onside kick that can kind of put him in a good spot. But I thought it was fantastic, given that he's not coming in there with a scripted game plan. He's not coming in there with a week of practice as the starter. No, he's not doing that. He's coming in there to relieve a guy who's getting benched in the second half. And they're basically saying, hey, tie game, division rivals, go win the game. Now, they get stopped in the first drive. They get Trey Sermon picks up 1 first down, and then they can't pick up the first down, punt it to Seattle. Next time he gets the ball, they're down by 14. He keeps them in the game. 2 scoring drives, had much better numbers than Jimmy Garoppolo in his half of play than Jimmy did. And what you see that they're pushing the ball down the field way more immediately. And that has been the thing that's been lacking. You see that when he's in there, the running game looks even better. You saw him pick up a ton of yardage on second down, third down, first down, doesn't matter, where he's just scrambling and getting away. And the biggest thing to me, because this was one of the things I really liked about him coming out of school, his pocket presence is great. Now, he might miss a guy once or twice. He has a lot going through his head right now. He is a rookie quarterback who is, highest level of football is North Dakota State, and he just got thrown in, hey, you're the starter now. Like, that's what that is. And so he goes out there, he looks all over the place at first, gets that big play, settles down, starts picking up some first downs with his legs, and then you're like, okay, this guy's looking pretty good. When you see when he's on the move, when he's moving around the pocket and he lets it rip, he delivers strikes. That ball to Kittle, now granted, it was going to be a tough catch. That was a dot. Like, he is throwing the ball over the field. He's letting it rip. The play by Bobby Wagner, where he knocks it away, that was an amazing play by Bobby Wagner. Like, that's an all-pro linebacker for you right there. That's a hang with him. But you see him kind of start feeling it. He steps up in the pocket, and you see the big thing that you didn't see with this offense with Jimmy Garoppolo, and that's second chance plays. The play kind of breaks down. He steps up. He runs away. He tries to extend the play. He usually doesn't try to run right away. Now, if there's lanes, he's going to take them because he was picking up first down after first down. So overall, though, I was really, really impressed by it. Given that it started out rough. That could have been a really bad outing. So he ended up finishing 9 of 18, 50% completion percentage, 157 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks. On the ground, he had 7 rushes for 41 yards. That's almost 6 yards a carry. And you also see that the holes are bigger when Trey Lance is in there for Trey Sermon. Trey Sermon also looked great today. Defensively, the 49ers looked excellent in the first half. Their offense is not able to help them out a single bit. And then you have a play in the second half where you fumble the football, and that's enough for Russell Wilson to really take over. He looked amazing today. Props to him, because they started out bad. Like, they were getting dominated in that first half, and the Seahawks looked really good. So I do want to give them credit and give Russell Wilson a ton of credit as well. He looked really good. But, like I said, the big thing about today is that Trey Lance is now the 49ers starting quarterback. So huge stuff for any 49er fans. You guys can see I'm wearing the Trey Lance jersey. I'm very excited. This dude was my quarterback 2 coming out of the class. I think that's pretty high. I know a lot of people like Zach Wilson more. I was a really big Trey Lance fan. And to me, I think obviously you don't want to get crazy with player comps, but the guy that he reminds me of, though he is different, but like the rawness of coming out, like his early on career, because he wasn't that good right away, was Josh Allen. The thing about Josh Allen is that he'd still make big plays. Now, if Trey Lance can become close to what Josh Allen is in the league now, that's wonderful. I like him. I think he has the ability to do that. But the big thing is right now, he's going to be around 50 to 60% completion percentage like Josh Allen was early on in his career. You saw Josh Allen and Trey Lance both work with Jordan Palmer. Those are the guys that help their mechanics. The motion with Allen was like just how Lance is. He lets it rip, right? Well, now Allen, he reduced that motion. You see him put a lot more touch on the ball. something that Trey Lance isn't quite there yet. But both of these guys, I love that they work with Jordan Palmer. He's the best quarterback coach in the world, in my opinion. But you're going to see that. Like, so for Trey Lance, like, it's really just about how does he feel the game? How does he process the game? Does he, does he take advantage? Does he look good downfield? Like, is he hitting these throws for the most part? And the answer is yes. I mean, he's hitting half those throws, really, really explosive plays. And if anyone wants to negate that big play by Deebo Samuel and say, oh, it was a broken play, that's what you get when you have a quarterback that makes you unable, or makes you stack the box, but you can push it out outside. That's what happens to Lamar Jackson. That's why you see Hollywood Brown running wide open all the time. That's what happens to Patrick Mahomes, to Aaron Rodgers. Like, all of those guys can extend the play. So you can't just take that away from him, because that's a touchdown. And outside of that, he settled down and he looked really, really good. Overall, I'm very, very happy with the performance. Do I think it's going to be a perfect rookie season for Trey Lance? Absolutely not. You could see that he is a rookie still. You see the mechanics breaking down. You see him, they have to call a timeout because he's not ready for the snap. Like, you see that type of stuff. You're going to see that all season long. This makes the 49ers season a little bit more about developing him than it does like making a true Super Bowl playoff run, whatever that is. But they have a lighter schedule after the bye. Like, they should come out and they should look good. I think it's going to be a good game next week. I really do. The Niners have played solid games. This one got away from them, but they had plenty of, I think any Seahawks fan will tell you they had a lot of opportunities in the first half and could have put up a lot of points. And they didn't. And that's why Jimmy Garoppolo was benched. And that's why Trey Lance is now I think he's going to be he definitely will. I think that he's going to be the starting quarterback moving forward. So I am very, very excited for it. Tough loss. You never want to lose this game. It was a huge game for the Seahawks to win. But if, say, the Niners beat the Cardinals next week, once again, everyone's within a game in the division. So we've seen how up and down the division is, and you can really get atop of it easily. We might see all these teams make the playoffs. I would guess probably 2 of them do, maybe even 1. Having all the teams make the playoffs in a division is very, very unlikely most of the time. So we'll see how it all plays out. But overall, I was very happy with Trey Lance's performance. If anyone's jumping the gun saying he looks terrible or anything right now, I beg you, please go back and go watch Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen, and remember that Patrick Mahomes didn't play as a rookie, and remember how Sam Darnold looked with his whole time with Adam Gase and, as a young quarterback. All of those guys, look at Baker Mayfield, all of these young quarterbacks, they come in and they have to get up to speed. And the guys that are raw and have like these mechanics that are not, they're not figured out yet, it takes them a little bit longer. But guess what? It's still going to be good for the Niners. It's still a good move, I think, to bring him in there. I thought he was going to come in after the bye. We see he comes in earlier. So I think that's going to do it for me today. Kind of a lot of ranting just about Trey Lance, but just wanted to kind of get my post-game recap. I'm going to be back on the podcast later this week with Aiden. We're going to talk a bunch about, how he looked, what's the offensive game plan moving forward. So if you want to see that content, you can press subscribe below. Also, liking, commenting what you think helps the videos a ton. So I also like to hear what everyone, thinks about Trey Lance and what your thoughts are. So let me know what it is. Love to have discussions in the comments as well. So thank you all for listening, and I will be back tomorrow with some more 49ers content.